All right. Hello and welcome, everybody. My name is Gediminas, and welcome to our weekly training call. I am still super pumped because yesterday we had our company conference and an incredible gala dinner party. Like I've never been at a party like that before. It was unbelievable. Some of you have been watching the videos on my timeline. It was pretty amazing stuff over there. So there's so many new things happening, so many products happening, so many people reaching new levels, and so much more to happen as well that I'm just so excited. It's just an incredible time to be in this business, and I just couldn't sleep last night. So but today we're getting back on our training cycle, if you like, because we've been talking about systems a lot over the last 3 weeks. We've been talking about customer acquisition systems. So how do we get customers? We've been talking about customer onboarding systems. So how do we create that amazing experience that our customers stay with us? And then last week we spoke about distributor acquisition systems. So how do we get team members in? How do we find people to join our business? And today we're continuing on from that. We're going to talk about distributor onboarding. So now, how do we keep these people in the business? Because a lot of new people in network marketing, including me when I was new, are so busy recruiting, are so busy looking for new people that they don't realize that the existing people are leaving faster than they're coming in. And this way you can work super hard and you just you can't see the results because people are leaving faster than they're coming in. So getting people in the business is an important part of the business, but then keeping them in the business is as equally important, right? Because if we don't make sure that these people get what they want to get from this business, then these people will go into what we like to call the witness protection program. When they stop answering the phone calls, they stop reading emails, they move to another city so that you couldn't recruit them anymore, right? So you definitely don't want that to happen in your business. So then we need to make sure, ooh, that looks delicious, Charles. So we need to make sure that we get people in the business and we get them to stay in the business, right? So one of the keys for that to happen is to have what is called a game plan interview. And preferably within the first 24 hours of a person joining the business, because it's all about building relationship. Our business is all about relationships. If you look, we have Irina on the call. Irina been in the company for 13 years, and some of her leaders have been with her for 13 years, right? And if you asked her, well, what kept these people all of this time in the business? It's not the product. And it's not the company, and it's not the marketing plan. It's the relationships, because you go through good days and not so good days when you do business for 13 years, and what keeps people in is those relationships where you have people that you can go to war with, not against, but with, that they have your back, you have their back, etc. So when you first start, you start recruiting your friends, your family, people you know very well. And with those people, you can drop the ball a bit and not do, game plan interviews because they already trust you, they already know you, and you already have a relationship with those people. But once you've done that initial friends and family and you go start recruiting complete strangers of social media, of meeting people, on your day-to-day activities, etc., with those people, very often you don't have much of a relationship. So unless you invest a little bit of time to build that relationship, you sort of stay strangers with them. And when you're strangers, you know what I mean? It's like, it's not so bad to disappoint a stranger. It's not so bad to blank a stranger and to disappear from a stranger, But when you're friends, it's a bit different, So that game plan interview is all about building as much of that relationship and doing a couple of things. So what I'm going to do, unlike the last 3 webinars where I sort of gave you the guidelines and allowed you to go and create your own thing in terms of the system, for the game plan interview, I actually want to share with you the one that I use. Now, you don't have to use mine. You can create your own one, but you can use this as sort of a guideline of what you might want to use in your business. So that's a game plan interview that I have. It's like a checklist that I go by, and it helps me a lot. But before we get into that, keeping, again, people in the business and keeping people happy and satisfied about the business, one of the biggest things is culture, is developing a great team culture in your business. And you'll find culture being described in various different ways, but the best way I've heard it described is by a guy called Ray Higdon, is one of the trainers that I follow. And he says a great culture, a great team culture, is when everybody feels welcome in your business. Now, you might say, well, everybody feels welcome in my business too, right? But in order to understand this, we need to understand that there is different levels of desire. So not everybody who's joining your business have the same level of desire for success. So it may come to you as a surprise, but about 80% of people who will join your team have a desire level of making 0 to 500 pounds a month. 80% of people have a desire level of making 0 to 500 a month. That's all of their desire, right? Now, it doesn't mean that they're all going to make that, but that's their desire level. That's what they would like to be making, right? So as you can appreciate, if somebody's desire level is to make 0 to 500 a month, they're not going to put too much effort into it. They're not going to go crazy building the business because their desire level is not that big. So that's 80% of people that will join your business, right? So a lot of them will just want to use product at a good price. Some of them will want to sell some products, every month to make a couple of £100 extra. But they will not have the desire to work super hard, to build an amazing team and huge business and travel around the world, get the S-Class Mercedes, and all of that. So again, something to keep into account. Another 15% of people in your business will have a desire of making about 2,000-3,000 a month. So they will want to go to the next marketing plan and build a bit of a team to get a very good part-time income or an okay full-time income, 2,000-3,000 a month, but that's their desire level. So again, they will work accordingly to that desire level. And only about 5% of people in your team will have a desire level of earning £25,000 or more per month. And you will very quickly realize who these people are. Like, you all know Sarah, our amazing team leader, right? Would you agree that Sarah has a desire level of 25,000 or more a month, right? She works crazy. Her work ethic is incredible. Her attitude is on point, right? You know what's the desire level of that person by the amount of work they're putting into the business, by the amount of efforts and, just sheer energy that they're putting into this, right? And then sometimes you'll have team members that are on the other desire levels. So, but the challenge is that a lot of you on this call, like Sarah, like me, like Irina, a lot of you also have that desire, massive desire level of making 25,000 or more, going all the way to the top, becoming world class, getting on the stage, holding that massive check and all of that. It's totally cool. The only problem with that is that a lot of us will think that everybody else is the same. So then, people join your business and you go like, come on, get there, why are you not recruiting? Why are you not selling? You like mad, you're like crazy. And then I'm like, what is happening here? Those people, they only join to make £100 a month extra. You know what I mean? And when you come with that level of energy, it's my way or the highway, and a lot of them then choose the highway, a lot of them, leave because they don't feel, I'll put it this way. The only way for us, like some leaders go, well, how do I get more out of my team members? How do I make them work harder? How do I make them do more? And the only way to get your team members to do more is by example, is by you showing, you doing what you want your team members to do. You want your team members to sell more, you go and sell more and show it to them. That's the important part. A lot of network marketers make a huge mistake because they are working in secret. They're not sharing with their team what they're doing. So their team don't even know that they are selling the crap out of the business because they're not telling them that they're selling. Their team members don't know that they're recruiting lots because they're not telling it. You know what I mean? So we need to make sure that we do what we want our team members to do, and then we show them that we're doing it, right? That's the only way to inspire your team to do more. You can't motivate crap. You can't motivate anybody. They're either going to do it or not, but you can inspire them by example. However, we need to make sure that we make everybody feel welcome in spite of whatever is their level of desire. Because think about it. If you get somebody in the business whose desire level right now is 0 to 500 a month. Now, I know that's not the team member you want. You want the crazy one. You want the one on fire, right? But that team member's desire is just 0 to 500 a month. But what if you kept that team member around the campfire long enough for them to start seeing, oh my gosh, that person is crushing it. Oh my gosh, that person is, you know what? I want it too. I want that Mercedes too. I want that holiday too. I want to go to the top too. You know what I mean? Is there a chance that they will catch fire? Absolutely. But we need to make sure that we keep them long enough for them to catch fire. But if they join and they feel like this is what I used to do. I'd call my team member and go, well, why aren't you selling more? Why aren't you recruiting more? Why aren't you doing more? And the message, I thought that's motivating people. I thought that's inspiring people to do more. The reality is what that does is it sends a message, it sends the wrong message to your team member. So to put it in a perspective, let me give another example. Imagine you go to the gym. Imagine you get a gym membership, right? And you get a gym membership to your local gym, and you go there first day, and you do your 5 minutes on a treadmill, and then you go get 15,000 calorie banana, peanut butter smoothie, right? And you're actually gaining weight instead of losing weight, right? And you're on your way out from the gym, and the gym owner goes, hey, stop right there. Lift up your shirt, girl. Where's that six-pack? What's going on? Why are you not working more? Get back on there, right? How many times will they have to speak to you like that before you cancel your gym membership? Once, right? You're never going to go back there, right? Because you're going to, oh my God, right? This is insane, right? I want to exercise as much as I want to exercise, right? But of course, the gym owner is infinitely more smart than network marketer, and they would never do that. They don't care. You can do whatever the heck you want as long as you're paying your monthly membership. Chill out, do whatever you want. Just keep coming back, right? Just keep sending your money in, right? They would never do that. But as network marketers, we sometimes do that. You have a team member that does their shopping every single month from your company, but they're not selling and they're not recruiting. Is that bad for you? No, it isn't. They're still putting money into your pocket every single month by ordering their own products. Right? What if you have somebody who just sells a bit, but they don't recruit loads? Again, is it bad for you? It's not bad. Oh, I don't know why Anna started sharing the screen. Anna, you are sharing your screen, I think, or something. So again, you want to make sure that everybody feels welcome in your business, right? That everybody has the same level of desire. Because if you are sending that wrong message, what happens is the person thinks, oh, so I'm not good enough to be part of your team. I'm not good enough to be in your business. Because I'm not selling more, I'm not good enough. If I'm not recruiting more, I'm not good enough. So therefore, probably this team or this company is not a place for me. Then I'll find somewhere else. You know what I mean? So that's culture. Culture is about making everybody feel welcome regardless of their level of desire, and keeping everybody long enough around the campfire until they can find their own vision, until they can find their own ambitions and their own why, etc. And it's easier said than done. I've been in this business for 9 years, and trust me, for majority of it, I didn't have the right culture in my business. And not because of my team members' fault, it was my own fault because I didn't understood a lot of what I just explained to you. So even though, yes, we want to go for production, even though, yes, we want to hit the highest levels possible, and we want to maximize what we can get with our team members, etc., We need to work according to different people's levels of desire, levels of ambition, okay? And again, how would you find out the level of ambition? Well, maybe by having a game plan interview. So somebody new joins your team 3, 4, 5, 7 levels down. You have no idea who that person is. But what if you could jump on a call with that person for 30 minutes, for 45 minutes, and just chat with them and get a feel of them? How do they think? What are they saying? What sort of vibe and you will very quickly catch, like, woohoo, this person is on fire. You know, I know who I have in front of me. And sometimes you'll spend that 30 minutes and you'll know, might not be the person, you know, who goes, you know, all the way to the top, but still a valuable member for my team. You know what I mean? So what I'm going to do now, I'm going to go ahead and share my screen. Okay, let's go to this, not this. Okay. Guys, can you see my screen? If you can see my screen, give me a thumbs up. Kill. All right, let me just see. Just one more time, give me a thumbs up if you can see my screen. Cool, awesome, thank you very much. Thank you very much. Okay, so the title of this document is Get People Started Effectively, but this could be called the game plan interview. This could be called an onboarding call, or whatever you like to call it. It doesn't really matter. But the call basically consists of 3 parts. And remember the previous 3 calls that we had? What did we say? A good system is when it fits on one sheet of A4 paper. You know, so I made sure this thing fits on one sheet of A4 paper, so it's not too complicated, right? Because every system that we do has to be the way that new person joins your team. They look at the system and they say, looks easy, looks like it's going to work, and looks like I can do it, right? So this is one piece of A4 paper that takes person through the process. So it's 3 parts of the game plan interview. The first part is validating the person's decision. Second part is setting proper expectations. And third part is getting started checklist. So what's the first part? What is validating person's decision? Well, you probably have heard of a thing called buyer's remorse. You know, so somebody goes to the shop, they buy something, and they go home and they go, I shouldn't have bought that. Oof, maybe I should return it. You know what I mean? So people are impulsive. Sometimes they make a decision impulsively and they don't know if they made the right decision. So let's say your team member recruits somebody and that person might still be feeling like, have I made the right decision? Maybe, you know, I'm got involved into something I shouldn't have gotten involved. You know, is this good? Is this bad? You know, So what I like to do, the first thing, as soon as I got on a call with this new team member, the first thing I want to do is I want to reassure them. I want to validate their decision. I want to say, Zena, you made a fantastic decision. You are the right, you know, person for the business. You are the person who, you know, thinks outside the box. You made the correct decision. You made the right choice. I'm so, so proud of you to become part of our team. That reassures the person and they go, whoo, okay, I made the right decision. I'm in the right place. You know what I mean? Pardon me. So the second part then is setting proper expectations. And again, what you want is the person started in a right way. And a right way to start a person is actually to make sure that the mindset is right. Because a lot of people come with wrong expectations. Because people might have a different idea what this business is about. They might think this is get rich quick. They might think this is do nothing and become millionaire by the end of the week. They might think that they might get lucky, you know, because they come with the lottery type of mentality and things like that. You know, so for me, what I want to do is set the right expectations from up front so the person knows what to expect the expectations are realistic, and then we're working on the same page. So first thing, success and failure. I always explain to a person that, look, at the end of the day, Fiona, success or failure in this business will be up to you, right? We can support you, we can help you, we can give you all the tools and resources, but at the end of the day, if you succeed in this business, it's not going to be because of me, it's because of you. But if you fail in this business, guess what? Again, it's because of you, right? Because you will be in control of your business, right? Second thing, independence. My goal is to help you to become independent from me as quick as possible. Not because I don't want to help you, but I want you to be able to build a huge business whether I'm around or not, whether I'm helping you or not. I want to train you to the level where I can take you, drop you in another country, in a city that you've never been, and you could build a structure in that city because you've got all the skills necessary to do that. Number three, ups and downs. Hey, this is an emotional business. Network marketing is a people's business, and when it's a people's business, it's emotional. I've heard somebody say network marketing would be an amazing business if there were no people in it, right? So this is emotional business, and there will be ups and downs, you know. And how do I know that you are down? I know that you are down because you're not calling me. I have to call you. You're not on the training calls. You're not, selling. You're not recruiting. You're not, So when you're down, would you like me just to leave you alone and forget about you? Or would you like me to remind you why you got started? Guess what that new person will say? Remind me. But now you made a verbal contract with that person. Because now they told you, when I stop working, remind me why I got started. So now you have a permission, 3 months down the line or 6 months down the line, when they stop doing the income producing activity, to give a call to that person and go, hey, Sarah, I don't know what's happening. You remember you told me about all of those goals, about all of those dreams. Well, you haven't sold anything. You haven't. And now they can't go to you. How dare you tell me this? How dare you speak to me? Because 3 months ago or 6 months ago, they told you, remind me why I got started, right? You know what I mean? So now you've got a verbal agreement with this person. Next, it's going to take some time. Hey, Charles, I know you have big dreams. I know you have big ambitions, but hey, it's going to take some time. It's possible you can reach really good results, but it will take some time. It's not an overnight thing. It takes many nights to become an overnight success. Do you understand that it's going to take some time? Yes, I understand. Good, right? They're confirming to you, right? Susie, it's going to take some work, right? I would be lying to you if I told you won't have to do anything. You will have to do loads of things, right? You're going to have to put in the work in order to get there. Do you understand that? Yes, I understand that I will have to put some work. Great, I agree that. And finally, it's going to take to develop some skills. So look, I know that you already have a lot of skills from your previous jobs, from your previous businesses, etc. That's awesome. But there are certain skills that are quite specific to network marketing, like finding prospects, inviting prospects, presenting, closing, follow-up, getting new people started, and promoting events. So some of those skills, you'll need to develop them in order to achieve really good results. Are you okay to invest some time and effort into developing those skills? Yes, I am. Great. I'll send you a training afterwards about that, right? And we also have a system, tell, show, try, do. I tell you what to do. I show you how to do it. You try doing it yourself, and I observe you do it. And if we are happy with it, then you just do it. Does that sound good? Yes, right? Because you're going to take them by the hand, basically, and show them how it's done. Also, it takes some focus. You don't have to quit your job. You don't have to stop doing everything else in order to do this business. But if you want to get good results, you need to have some focus time for this business. So even if it's half an hour a day or an hour a day or 2 hours a day, if you can just focus and make sure that you do the activities that need to be done, like, doing your social media posts, reaching out to people, whether face-to-face or messaging them, etc. If you do the income-producing activity, you will get results, but you have to focus that time, because sitting on Facebook and watching dancing cats for 3 hours, that's not business time. You know what I mean? So are you okay to make sure that you've got some focus time? Yes. Okay, great. I'm glad you agree with that. I'm glad you're confirming that. And then the last one in the setting expectations is mental toughness. This is what I like to call vaccination. So how you get a flu shot so that when you get exposed to the flu virus, you don't get sick? Well, same way, because you've already been in business for a while, what your new team member will get exposed to. That there's going to be negativity. That some of their friends and family going to laugh at them and not going to support them. That not everybody will buy their products. That not everybody will join their business. And that those things suck. They affect you. They make you feel like crap sometimes. So why not prepare your team member in advance? And you say, hey, look, it's going to take some mental toughness. I want to tell you, that not everybody going to support you. Some people will laugh at you. Some people will say that you are crazy, and things like that. But it's okay, And the quote that I really like to quote all the time, I say, look, I saw this quote some time ago and I really liked it. And the quote said, if you don't want to be criticized, say nothing, do nothing, and be nothing. Then you won't be criticized. Do you want to say nothing, do nothing, and be nothing? Of course you don't. So when you start chasing your dreams, when you start creating something amazing, when you start achieving success, unfortunately, there's going to be some haters. There's going to be some jealous people who will try to say bad things behind your back, who will try to create rumors about you, who will try to hate on you on social media, put negative comments and things like that. It's just part of the deal. But think of any super successful person in the world. They all have haters. They all have people who say bad things about them. It's just part of the deal, right? Do you understand that? So again, you're preparing your new team member for those things to happen. So when Billy goes out and her close friend says, oh, this is a scam, get away from me, right? Garlic and everything, She goes, Gediminas told me about these people, it's okay. I knew I'm going to come across them. You know what I mean? Because there's not that many nasty people around. There's only about 6 nasty people in the world. They just move around a lot, so you might have come across them at some point in your life, So it's okay. Okay, so that's the second part of the call. And then the last part of the call, the third part of the call, is getting started checklist. So you want to help this person to get started in a right way. So first thing on the getting started checklist, it talks about initial package. So at initial package, I always tell the person about the Smart Start, right? Because in FM, we have incredible Smart Start program where a new person gets an additional 30% discount. So as business partners, we get 30% discount, but a brand new person within the first 10 days gets an extra 30. So they get in buying it at double the discount, right? They're making double the profit on these products. So I would be doing them disservice if I didn't tell them about all of those promotions. And again, we have a little video with a little presentation about the Smart Start, which takes a person step by step explaining all the products that they can get with the extra 30% discount. It tells them how much it would all cost. It tells them how much extra profit they make if they get those products, and they can make a decision for themselves whether they want to get it or not. Also, I tell them about the starter kits. I tell them about which sample kit I would recommend them to get and why, right? So that's initial package. Second thing on the list, it says monthly commitment. So again, I encourage a new business partner to try at least one new product every single month. They can try more, of course, but at least one new product every single month so they can experience new products and recommend them to other people. Number 3 is tools. I explain to a brand new person that it's vital that they use the tools that are available, like the business opportunity presentation group, where they can add their prospects, like the training groups, like the chat group, like me, I'm a tool as well, like the events and everything else. They have all of these tools, but so many people don't use them because they don't even know that they exist. They don't even know they can use these tools. And again, getting on this welcome call helps because you can explain that person, hey, you have this tool and you have that tool, and did you realize that you have this tool, etc. And the person now goes, oh my gosh, I've got such an arsenal of tools that I can use to build my business. Number 4, become a raving fan. So if you really want to become successful, you have to become a raving fan of the company and of the products, right? And the only way you become a raving fan is if you use these products and recommend them to others. If you study the business and you recommend it to others. So become a raving fan. Become a person that is known for your business. Become a person that is known for your products. Like when I first started with FM, I was known as the perfume guy. Because wherever I would go, I'd talk about perfumes, So people would say, oh, perfume guy is here, and that's what I was known for, right? Number 5 is foundation rank. So the next webinar, actually next Sunday, the whole webinar will be about core rank system, about getting people to hit the core rank. But in your welcome call, you talk about foundation rank. And foundation rank for me in our business is 21%. Because 21% is like a building block from which you can build any other structure, because two 21% make a pearl. 5 pearls make a diamond, and so on, right? So 21% is a great qualification because it gives a person an income of about £1,000 to £1,500 a month. So it's a pretty good part-time income, or even an okay full-time income for some people, right? So once you get a person to that income, they already feel a bit more secure. They already got a little bit of money on their hands. And then once they reach that, they just need to duplicate it throughout the team, because if they help other people reach 21%, they can go higher, higher, higher to all the different positions. So again, I share with people a training. Again, we have a separate video on that called How to Earn £3,444 in 3 months, right? And that training takes them step by step on how to build their structure in order to maximize the marketing plan, in order to make the most money. And I advise every new person to go for it. Now, if they will reach it or not reach it in 3 months, it doesn't really matter, because again, it's up to their desire level. But at least they have something now to go for. They have something to aim for. And you know how they say, if you aim for the stars, at least you're going to land on the moon. So you're still going to get some benefit out of it. Number 6 is time and task management. So again, I explained to the new person that there is no extra time. We all have the same amount of hours in a day. And I know you're busy. I know you probably have a job, you have kids, you have a bunch of other things. So it's all about managing yourself. You can't manage time. Time just passes, right? But you can manage yourself. You can find little nooks and crannies in your day to build this business. And, you know, because you have training tools like what to post on social media, what to say to people, scripts, etc., you can use those little slots in your day, even if it's 15 minutes at a time, to go and send a couple of messages, to go and make a couple of calls, to go and put a few posts on your social media and so on. And you can start getting some results. Even by making 1 post a day, you can start generating some sales, etc. Number 7 is telling your story. So I love to tell people how to tell the story, because their story is the most powerful tool. And the story consists of 4 parts. What did you do before network marketing? What did you not like about it? How did you find out about network marketing? And what is your goals and vision now for the future with this business, right? So my story goes like that. Hey, I'm Gediminas. I'm originally from Lithuania. I came to this country to study psychology. And as I was studying at university, I used to work as a security guard. And as a security guard, I used to earn £1,500 a month in earnings. Then I graduated from university, got my diploma in psychology, and started working in a school with autistic children, and started earning £950 a month, 50% less than I was earning before finishing university. That, of course, shocked my system, so I started looking for something better. And then not long after that, my wife comes home with a DVD disc. It was the FM Business Opportunity presentation. I looked at the DVD. I absolutely loved it. We started building the business part-time. And now, 9 years later, thanks to this business, we've been to Cyprus, Mallorca, Indonesia, Dubai, Kenya, Uganda, Tanzania, Russia, Ukraine, Greece, cruise to Germany, Poland, Italy, about 3 or 4 times to America now. I don't know, like 17 countries basically. We qualified for a car from the company. And most importantly, we were able to work from home, seeing our kids growing up and all of that, right? So that's my story, right? Now, before you start panicking that you haven't received a bunch of holidays and cars and etc., don't worry. I was at one point, I didn't have any of that. So when you don't have any results yet, then you share your vision. You say, but now I'm excited because of this business, I'll be able to retire quicker. I'll be able to retire my husband. I'll be able to take my kids to Disneyland. I'll be able to buy a new car. I'll be able to, you share your goals and your plan. Most people are in dead-end jobs. They don't even have a plan. They don't even have a way out. So just hearing that you have a plan, that you have a way out, will be enough for them to say, I want in too. I want to go with you because I can see you know where you're going. So your story is more powerful than any presentation, than anything. You know, so tell your story to people. Tell people why you got involved in this. People want to hear that reason because that's what they're going to relate to. Okay, then 8, 9, and 10 is first customers, first distributors, and first income. Look, the only reason why most people will stay in your business is if they get results. So you as a lead, as a sponsor, need to ensure that they get some results as soon as possible. So straight away, you know, first customers, this is the post you need to do on social media to get some customers. First distributors, Let's do three-way calls. Let's do three-way Zoom. Put me in front of some of your people. Let me tell them about the business, right? Don't try to tell about the business yourself. Either use a video or use me. Don't try to tell, not because you can't tell the business, but if you do a bad presentation, you're going to lose that person. If you're going to do a really good presentation, you're also going to lose that person. Why? Because they'll think they can't do what you do, right? But if you show a video, anybody can show a video. If you introduce that person to me, anybody can introduce a person to me. So use a system, not yourself. And finally, first income. You need to make some money. Even if it's 50 pounds, even if it's 75 pounds, even if it's 100 pounds, you need to make some money this month. Why? Because that's going to be your story. Next month, you're going to go to your friends, to your family, to anybody who you'll be recruiting, and you'll be saying, look, I started last month. I didn't know what I was doing, but in 2 weeks' time, I made 500 pounds. In 3 weeks' time, I made 300 pounds. Whatever it is, right? It doesn't have to be an awful lot of money, but as long as you made some money, that becomes your story now. It's powerful when you share with somebody, oh yeah, look, I made 100 pounds last month. How many people do you think could use 100 pounds extra in the bank account? Most people. And they will be able to relate to you making 100, 150 pounds more than somebody making 50,000 a month. You know what I mean? Because most people cannot comprehend that type of income. And finally, number 11 is company conference. So you always promote the next training. So we just had a company conference. The next one is in a year. So you're not going to be promoting now the company conference. What you will be promoting is the next event, right? And the next event, as it happens, is the next big event is going to be Fraser Brooks's Success Summit 3. So it's going to be happening here in UK. There's going to be a couple of thousand people there. It's a 2-day training event full of incredible speakers, etc. Again, you want to take as many of your team members as possible to that training event. Why? Because if your team members get inspired, get trained, get motivated, get pumped up, do you think you're going to be making more money or less money? Of course, more money. So you want to bring as many of your team members to the next training, next training, next training. We're also going to do a training in Luton in November and in December at Icon Hotel in Luton. Again, bring your people there if you can, right? Again, they will learn, they'll get experience, they'll get knowledge, right? So whenever you recruit a new person and you're doing this call, you're promoting the next event. You go, hey, there's an event happening next month. You really need to be there. And better than just coming by yourself, you come there with people. You'll see what happens with your business when that happens. In this way, again, you're preparing that person to start in the right way in the business, right? So this is the onboarding call, right? And I hope you got some ideas. I hope you got some value from this, right? If a lot of you already have this checklist from me, this onboarding call. If you haven't got it, just give me a message. I'm more than happy to send you this list. And this way, you can use it in your business too and get results. So before we wrap it up for today, guys.